How to impress a girl on your first date.
Along with her mom.
How dare you? Don't you have any shame?
Okay, what in the Dharma Productions? What is happening?
Host just came up on the stage and start roasting my girlfriend left, right and center. She was like, you were a dog in your previous life. And it was like full Ekta Kapoor serial, like dum ta na, dum ta na, dum ta na.
This is a movie which I did not sign up for. You know how when you're texting somebody, you should match their energy? Yeah, he didn't do that. I'm texting in all caps and I get a all small response with a full stop. But then he asked me out for drinks, didn't really want to go. But you know what, fine. You only get one life. Sure. We're sitting together and there's an instant change in his personality. Now he's talking to me as if he's known me his entire life. He's matching my energy. If I'm laughing at a very dumb joke, he laughed with me. If I excuse myself to the washroom and I'll be like, oh, I'm going to the washroom, just you be here when I come back. He laughs and he's like, oh, I'm going to be here forever. So the energy was there. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe he's just a shy person over text. Not a big deal. I can work with that. I'm having fun. And he's a good looking dude. So I'm genuinely like, okay, no, I judge this person too soon. And I go to the washroom and text my friends and I'm like, guys, it's a total switch up. I really like this guy. I think it can go somewhere. And I'm getting excited. I come back out. I'm 2 beers down, I'm a little tipsy and I'm having fun. This person walks up to us. And both of them look exactly the same. And they start fighting in front of me. Now I'm a little tipsy, so I don't know if I'm imagining this or if it's actually happening. And they both are fighting over me. And I'm like, okay, what in the Dharma Productions? What is happening? I'm sitting over there, holding onto the glass of my beer, and I'm looking at the both of them fighting. Same identical person, just dressed differently, fighting over me. One guy is like, you took her away from me. And then the other person is like, stop, she likes me more. And I don't know who the second person is. I only know the person I was going out with. I butt in and I'm like, guys, who are you? What is happening? Like, this is a movie which I did not sign up for. Turns out, the person who I was texting was the guy who interrupted our date, and he was the boring person who I did not have any chemistry with. And the person who I was on the date with was his identical twin who thought that I was a better match for him and decided to sabotage his brother's date.
So the first thing I did was I went on YouTube and it was a bit embarrassing, but I typed how to impress a girl on your first date. And after that, I saw a few more reels. I was like, girls are interested in guys wearing black shirts. And a shirt really goes a long way, as you can see. I went to the date. And she was not late, so another green flag. And I was just in my head, I was like ticking, a green flag, okay, this is also green flag. Okay, nothing is going wrong, everything is going fine. I was like, is this a dream? We were talking for like 10-15 minutes. We were talking about music, talking about hobbies in general, talking about a little about college here and there, and everything was going great. Then she asked me, bro, when is your birthday? And I was like, okay, told her when my birthday was. Then she again asked me a couple of weird questions. She was like, what time were you born? Which hospital were you born? And that took me a little by surprise. I was like, okay, why is she suddenly asking me all these weird questions? Suddenly she got her phone and उसने मेरी कुंडली निकाली भाई. She literally was on a horoscope app and literal कुंडली. And I've never seen any of this. So I was willing to ignore a lot of red flags, right? But then she started talking about पुनर्जन्म. Like randomly, भाई कहीं से भी पुनर्जन्म की बातें होने लग गई. She was like, you were a dog in your previous life. And I was like, okay. And then she started saying all these things. And after that, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I don't believe in this. So yeah, kudos to you, but I'm out of here.
So this is one of my most perfect date stories, or so do I think, because I matched with this one dude on Hinge. And we spoke for a bit. We were having a really nice conversation, day and night, texting each other non-stop. And to one point, the conversation even got a bit spicy. I think last Friday, he went like, you know what, hey, I think this can go somewhere. So do you want to meet up? So I got super excited and I was like, yeah, sure, let's meet up. So I was waiting there, patiently waiting at the cafe, and I saw him walk in. And thankfully, I was not catfished at all. Like, amazing dude, totally groomed, etc. And he comes walking towards me. And we start having our date. We order food. The vibes are immaculate. Until towards the end of the date, his phone starts buzzing. So I didn't think much of it when this happened repeatedly a few times. After the 5th or 6th time, I was like, you know what? It might be important. No maniac would be calling you so much if it wasn't something serious. So then he goes like, oh no, genuinely it's not, like my number got leaked. And I was like, oh poor guy. After that, after we were done, we paid the bill, everything was great. And then he goes like, I had a really good time today. I hope we can do this again. And I was like, oh my god, same. So we left the cafe. And as soon as we left, there's this one woman who was standing outside. So she comes and she starts yelling at me like, how dare you? Don't you have any shame? What about me? What about my kids and stuff like that? And I was like, hold on, whose kids? Turns out this man was not indeed 23. He was a whole ass 35-year-old grown man, which he didn't look, by the way. I am shocked and surprised to see that. But he had a wife, 2 kids and a whole family, and he had decided to come on a date with a 20-year-old.
मैं नया all boys school से आया था. I was in a relationship, but I was also talking to this one girl. It was our thing कि हम beach पे जाते हैं, and हमारी कुछ लड़ाई हुई, and she was like, I'm going to sleep, and I was like कि beach पे चलते हैं ना, let's sort this out. तो उसने मना कर दिया, and she was like, I'm going to sleep, and she slept. तो मुझे एकदम से याद आया कि ओह, मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड भी तो है. तो मैं उसको टेक्स्ट किया कि भाई let's go out on a date, and she was like कि यार मेरा mood beach का नहीं है, let's go out and see a stand-up comedy show. तो हम गए, and the host just came up on the stage and start roasting my girlfriend left, right and center, and she was like very sad, because I was also laughing, because I won't disagree that he was funny. So I was laughing and she got pissed and she was like, मेरा mood खराब हो गया, let's go out. So I just took her out on the beach, and while I was walking on the beach, I saw that girl, and now I was sad, but I can't show her that I was sad. So it was all fucked up, and it was like full Ekta Kapoor serial, like dhum ta na na na, dhum ta na na na, dhum ta na na, full Bollywood vibes.
You should be extra cautious when you're texting a random person on Instagram. Here's a fun story. I got a random text, which I was like, okay, but until I got to know that that person is a little out of her mind. Well, don't get me wrong. I had some fun times with her until I made the bold move. I asked her on a date, and she said yes. Well, we decided on a great spot. I was waiting for her for about 15 minutes until I saw her approaching on a beautiful red sari. Along with her was her mom. Okay, I let it slide. Her next phrase was, what do you think about our marriage? I was like, what? Aren't we on a date? She was like, Baba, we agreed on having 2 twins. What are you talking about? Look at my mom. She's very excited about this marriage. My next reaction was like, Shahid Kapoor from the Chuk Chuk Ke. That?